Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for the quarterfinals of the Perth Sevens. Now, at the moment, we know that Spain are through to the semi-finals. They got themselves a great win over Uruguay at the moment. An extremely close game has taken place between Argentina and Great Britain, with Great Britain leading by the 2 points. But the next one that we are covering, Fiji versus South Africa. Now, Fiji got the win in Dubai for the gold medal matchup. South Africa won Cape Town. So these two sides at the moment, it's almost a decider, but it isn't taking place as the final. Instead, it is a quarter, and these two sides having very similar paths to this point in time, both having one loss throughout the group stage, accompanied by the two victories. We have got the Go Fiji Go, says Malika there in the chat. Hope you are doing extremely well. Go the Blitzboks Go, says LFG, and afternoon Hamish, says Ruth, and let's go Viti, says Nasal. And there as well, and 30 plus degrees in Cape Town. I think it's about the same in Perth at the moment. The temperatures are supposed to soar as this competition goes on. And speaking of soaring, Argentina have just scored themselves the try to try and work towards that semi-final. And they would find themselves up against Spain if they were victorious here. The winner of this game, we are talking the semi here between Fiji and South Africa, will take on the winner of France versus Australia. Does a VG, and let's go Argentina, says Brandon Game. And Blitzboks Go the champ, says at the net. And Vanaka, says Abe there too. But looking through at the starting lineups for these two sides. First of all, for the Fijians, Josefa Talafolo, Filippo Bukayaro. They have also got Tani Vanua Kula, Georgie Nasova, Teba Kabu, and Felipe Saturanga. In the starting lineup for the South Africans, we see Shilton van Wyk. Now on day one, he didn't really get too many starting minutes. Instead made his way off the bench and was able to bring quite the impact. Selvin Davids, that man is the X factor of this Blitzboks team. David Brits, Ronald Brown, Zane Davids, Impivisa, and Kieran Nokia. So three men who did manage to score up against Argentina in the last match, being Van Wyk, Davids, and Nokia, all in the starting side. And in that last game, we did actually see three unfortunate early tries for Argentina. Well, it was very fortunate for them, but unfortunate for the Blitzboks. Their defense was not quite up to par throughout that first 7 minutes. They were able to fight back well. Fiji, they had themselves a great start up against Uruguay to come back and lose that game. Hello, I'm new. Please show the game, says Sebastian. Did I say I'm new or I'm Lou? Either way, hello, Seb. Hope you are keeping well. Argentina try again, says Brandon. Yeah, it does seem like Argentina will be advancing through the semi-finals with the way that they are currently playing. And I should mention there are already some great sides that are out of this competition. The likes of Ireland, New Zealand, Kenya, all missing. And now Uruguay, a side that beat New Zealand and Fiji in this leg of the Sevens circuit. My second team's Argentina, says at the net. And back-to-back World Cup winners will be back-to-back Sevens winners, says LFG. And we have got there Sebastian, no, because copyright, lol, you try one of those games, says Brandon. And there as well. But currently 90 seconds remaining of this contest between Argentina and Great Britain. Then we are straight into the semi-final between Fiji and South Africa. Looking through at the benches, Taria Vailawa, he will make his way off the bench rather than in the starting side. Viwa Nadovalo, so the two men who actually scored in the last game for Fiji up against New Zealand. George Balsi, then also Voli Tuive and Walangi. Last man in the reserves options. Looking through at South Africa's reserves, they have got Walt Human, Saviwe Suizwapi, Ricardo James Duarte, Donovan Don, and Ryan Oosterhuizen. Okay, there, how are you doing? How my boys doing? Well, they are now well and truly in the lead. Ever since we started this live stream, Argentina have scored 3 tries. So they've gone in a brilliant direction at the moment. And Los Boomers dangerous. And who's winning, says Rugby the second. So yeah, currently Argentina are winning, so more than likely they will be going head-to-head with Spain in the semi-finals. And then, of course, the winner of Fiji versus South Africa will go on to face the winner of Australia versus France. We have got there, and by the way, I'm good. How are you, Hamishi? It was for a start. I meant to say Hamish. Says Rugby the second. I'm doing very well. Slightly sunburnt, unfortunately, I do believe. Cricket did happen. It did look like we were going to be rained off. It pretty much rained the whole journey there of an hour and 10-minute drive. And then once we got there, the sun came out and I got burnt because it wasn't supposed to be sunny. It was supposed to rain. Yes, I've been. I feel not 100%. I feel 80%. I feel a bit sick. Says Brandon, so be sure to get plenty of sleep. Although the URC, of course, taking place all throughout the night, helping again, Kiwi lad, says Jackal's Word, and there as well. Hope you are doing well, mate. And like I mentioned, we've got 2 URC live streams coming up later on. The Lions taking on the Bulls. And then alongside that, we are going to get to see Leinster versus the Stormers. So a great game to take place at 6 a.m. New Zealand time. Fiver with ball and double century, Hamish. Not quite. I didn't get a bowl, which was slightly sad because my bowling's actually gone all right the last little while. I've been bowling medium pace rather than spin and finding some success at practice, but they still don't bowl me. They bowled 7 bowlers that weren't me. And then I top scored in the runs, but we still lost. So what can you do? What's your prediction for the Lions and Bulls match? I think it's going to be a relatively close one. Lions at home is that little bit of a deciding factor, but I do still see the Bulls being stronger. Yeah, Hamish, you have some sunburn. Nice haircut. See, the hair's not actually cut. It's just from, it sounds gross, but from sweating earlier on in a helmet. And now it's sitting not too badly, so I guess I'll take it. But now this game is over between Argentina and Great Britain, ladies and gents. Argentina advanced through to take on Spain, and this quarter final about to take place. Do let me know your score predictions for this game, of course. Anyone who is just now tuning in, the starting lineup: Josefa Talatholo, Filippo Bucayaro, Tani Vanuakula, Nasova, Teba Kabu, and also Felipe Saturanga for the Blitzboks. Shilton van Wyk, Selvin Davids, David Brits, Ronald Brown, Zane Davids, Impivisa, and Kua Nokia. And there as well, my bet is the bot. Do you have a score prediction, Christian, in terms of how much you think they will be able to win by? And go Fiji go, says Simon. That's who is winning in Argentina versus Great Britain. In the end, Argentina did win that game relatively comfortably. The second half, they did go brilliantly. So they will move on to the semi-finals, and they are taking place tomorrow. We will be covering them on the channel as well. Fiji 21 to South Africa's 12, says Simon for the prediction. And South Africa 26 to Fiji's 19 is the prediction from LFG. And when will the match begin? The match is beginning in about 2 minutes' time. So very close to the kickoff of this matchup. Williams and Masuku back for the Sharks. Yes, please. Great set pairing too. Now watch, says Robert. Yeah, so we will be having a little bit of a... We'll be watching that game, of course, but we will be commentating Leinster versus Stormers. It's slightly unfortunate that the matches do overlap. They are just shown there. Argentina and Spain both having relatively comfortable wins in their quarters, so they will face each other in the next round of the comp. And whoever wins this game between Fiji and South Africa, they will go head-to-head with France and Australia. And we have got their deal Hamish Lowell, says Brandon, and also we've got their Hamish, says Rugby the Second. Sounds like they're playing a little bit of Crazy Frog at the moment in Perth. I don't know why, but watching a DJ try his best while playing Crazy Frog just doesn't hit the same as he thinks it does, I don't think. But each to their own. The crowd are slightly enjoying it, or at least trying to. That's a very, very tall South African man that they just showed. But 1 versus 3 in the rankings. Fiji, they are sitting at the top of the bunch at the moment for the overall points for this year's Sevens. The last 3 head-to-heads have all gone the way of the Fijians in Madrid, Hong Kong, and Perth. In the last competition last year, 14 points to 12. It's weird. I thought if you were a channel member, the stream wouldn't be interrupted by ads. I'm being bombarded by them, says Sebastian. I actually thought it was members didn't get the ads either, to be honest. So I don't know what's going on there, Seb. Hopefully it isn't. Well, it sounds like it is going crazy. Just like that frog that they're singing about. I realise I'll jump around. Leinster have that game in the bag and the Sharks are my team. I hope springs eternal. How's it going, Hamish? I am very excited for this game. Can you put on sunglasses? See, as Rugby the Second. Sadly, they would still probably take me down if I was to do that. But a lot of Fijian supporters by the looks of it in the stands. A beautiful afternoon or early evening game in Perth about to be underway for these two sides. They know how to put on a show, and they certainly know how to win a game of rugby sevens. Both of these teams, Fiji, their last contest, they beat New Zealand 33 points to 5, a statement win, getting 5 tries throughout that matchup. For South Africa, they were down by 19 at halftime up against Los Pumas, came back in that game but couldn't quite get the victory, losing it by the 2 points. And I watched Sevens qualify final, then I'm going to bed. I hope I feel 100% tomorrow. And Perth, Australia, my cousins live there, says Ruth there as well. And up the wires. And adds a non-stop. Even the content only a minute less, says JD. And come on, I'm a DJ, says Daniel Cox. I assume you don't play Crazy Frog, though, Daniel, at a guess. And here we go, says LFG. And WSP says Alut Lama. And there as well. But we are now ready to go for this quarter final. The winner will take on France or Australia. Whoever wins that one, are there actually Aussies or are just living there, Ruth? Now, South Africa, they are going to be receiving the kickoff, whereas Tristan Lades, I believe he's injured at the moment, or at least he wasn't selected for this side anyway. Selvin Davids in possession, getting driven backwards and wrestled to the turf by Filippo Bucayaro. Really slammed him down hard. Going back across now, Ronald Brown, and there's a lot of sun to deal with at the moment. Kieran Nokia close to the touchline, tackled hard by Rubini Kabu. Now looking for a gap, offload from Brown, gets it at Zane Davis, playing his 50th tournament, can't quite get his feet underneath him, and dragged down 40 metres out, but great start to the match for the Blitzboks with some nice early possession. Going to go off to the right-hand side, Selvin Davis, short little pop pass up to Ronald Brown. He gets up, goes again, gives it off to Brits, who gets the offload to Davids, then finds Shilton van Wyk, and South Africa score first in this quarter final. Already 7-0 says Rugby this again, and going to be a hard one for the Boks, although they have already had a much better start than they had up against Argentina. They were able to get themselves 0 tries throughout the first half. In their last game now, they find themselves with the 1 on the board. And what is Australia Day? That's a great question. I think it's to do with Australia's independence, but I could be very, very wrong. And South Africa 1, USA and Australia. That's a shock, says Alut Lama. A great start for the Bok, says Ruth. And there as well, and go the Bok, says Rich C. Currently 7-0. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Just getting my families all around the world as well. Now kicked off by Selvin Davids. Only a minute and a half down. Nice take from Ioane Timba. Going to be tackled well by South Africa. David Brits gets over the ball. Wins the turnover. Impivisa goes across to Shilton van Wyk. And it's going to be another chance here for the South Africans. Selvin Davids, little grubber in behind. And he regathers it for the try. He is certainly the X-Factor player for the South African side. And they are now sitting 12-0 up at this point of the match. Kick was unsuccessful. They've actually had a few unsuccessful kicks throughout this competition so far for the Blitzboks. Now line out opportunity here for Fiji. They will be 22 metres out from their own line. It can change so quickly. Exactly right. That is the beauty and also the slight bad thing about Sevens. When you think you're winning and you're in the lead, all it takes is one quick try and the opposition are right back in the game. It's going to be a penalty there for South Africa being offside. Fiji need a little bit of an answer back here if they want a chance of being able to win this game. Not when you wins against Fiji or Uruguay. Yeah, they had a fantastic game up against the Fijians. And they were able to come back in the second half. So that will give Fiji some sort of hope for this quarter final. Although we did also see when Uruguay started finding their rhythm, Fiji couldn't stop them from continuing that momentum forward. But 3 minutes remaining in this first half. Fiji still inside of their own half. I don't believe they've had an attacking chance inside of the Blitzboks half as of yet. It's close to a penalty going against Zane Davids for not rolling away. But now nice run forth from Ioane Teba. Gets the offload to Josefa Talatholo. Another offload. That is something you have to watch out for up against the Fijian. Zane Davids chopping out the kneecaps yet again. Such a physical man out there on the park. And that's going to be the penalty going the way of the Blitzboks. I believe it was Ronald Brown who got over there, won the penalty and slaps the ground out of excitement. And come on, the Blitzboks don't lose the focus. And Fijians counter-attack. And there as well. And in S7, it said, Hamish, can I be mod? I could be wrong, but this might be the first time we've seen you in the chat. Unless, of course, it's an alternative account for someone else, which I believe will be the case. Nice cross kick there from Selvin Davids. Sits up awkwardly, but he does manage to regather now. Kieran Nokia, ball on the inside. Shilton van Wyk will get another try And at the moment, this is domination from South Africa. They are making very little mistakes for the start of this match. 17-0 says Rugby, the second in Yesbok. Says Luke Laman, another try. Oh. Hang on. Kieran Nokia was in touch, and it is now going to be called as a no try. There it is. Yeah, I don't know how the touch judge missed that one. Happened about maybe 10 metres in front of her, but did happen very quickly. Shilton van Wyk, an extremely quick individual. That is going to be no try. So the score now sitting 12 points to nil, still in favour of South Africa, but the line-out will be Fiji's. South Africa looking good here. Yeah, they've come out at the gates firing. Gillen is our best player, says Luke Lama. This is the 104th all-time meeting on the series. Fiji have had 60 wins, South Africa 41. There have been 2 draws along the lines. Now, if there was a draw here, they would end up going to a golden point. Hamish, I changed my name. What was your name initially? And I like how you've said you've changed your name like I should know exactly who you were beforehand. Now, nice offload for Fiji. Going on the outside, Ioane Teba. It's going to be a tough one for him. He's 22 metres out from the line, and that is brilliant defence from Selvin Davids. Drives him into touch. That ball slapped away by Georgie Nasova, and he is going to go to the bin now for 2 minutes for trying to slow down play. And remember, Hamish says Luke Lama, Ethan Jr. I believe so, if I'm not wrong. Some people, there have been a lot of profile picture changes, which always throw me off a little bit. Keep going, best defence. On attack, Pancake Gamer 037. Now got the yellow card. Georgie Nasova for Fiji is the man who is yellow carded. So now they have to play the next 2 minutes with only 6 men on the field, and that, I think, will be extremely costly. And this might even end the game for the Fijians. My profile was a llama. Go Fiji Go says danger ball. Now Selvin Davids getting ready to throw this ball in for the Blitzboks. Nicely taken at the back by Impi Visa. Back across Selvin Davids. Ronald Brown goes on the outside to Shilton van Wyk. That looked like a no-arms tackle from Ioane Teba. Has to be very careful doing things like that. 12-0 or 17-0. 12-0 for now, but it's getting very close to 17. As South Africa did have a great attacking chance, but now instead Fiji have got the possession. 10 minutes remaining. What an offload that was going to be from Josefa Talatholo. Remember my profile picture? Says NS7. There have been several occasions where I wanted to type BS as alternative. Can we use Moo Poo Poo? Says Sebastian there, but it is going to be halftime in this contest. I should mention I'm just about to sneeze, so one moment. We will quickly mute so I am able to do so. There we go. We are good. Change his Luke Lama. And we have got there. Hamish, you already know who I am. Who I am, right? I do indeed brand a game. At least you Hamish Fever time. And 2 more tries for the Blitzboks, says LFG. Yeah, 12-0 at the moment in favour of South Africa. Now, we saw 17-0 in favour of the Fijians up against Uruguay, and then they went on to lose that game 24 points to 17. So, this game is still too close for comfort for either of these teams. South Africa will need a couple big tries if they really want to secure their spot through to take on the winner of France versus Australia. I wish I will be back. And no Red Bulls. Wings are available for Fiji. Mother Energy drink on the shelf, says JD there. Not too far away from the second half, and also not too far away from the 4th quarterfinal that has taken place. The other match that is happening tomorrow that has already been confirmed is going to be the semi-final between Spain and Argentina. And Blitz missed another try in the first half, says Eric. We're going to very quickly have a look what else has been confirmed. New Zealand will play Kenya. That has taken place at 7:14 p.m. New Zealand time. And alongside that, I don't think there's too many other confirmed matches just for now. Because, of course, oh no, there it is. USA versus Ireland, the two sides that did lose their last playoff contests. Now, second half, just about to get underway. They have just got there an Australian kit and a British and Irish Lions kit. series is coming up very soon. And playoffs to be streamed after or in between the URC games. See, Sebastian. So the playoff games, the next ones are taking place tomorrow. So luckily there's no overlaps. And that is one benefit of it being in Perth. Absolutely no problems in terms of like other matches taking place. Sadly, earlier on, we weren't able to cover a couple games. That was due to cricket, though, rather than an overlap. Now, Filippo Bukayaro gets it away to Kabu. Fiji need a try, and they need it soon. If they make a mistake, oh, that looked high from South Africa, so the penalty does go the way of the Fijians. Blitzboks will not lose focus and hopefully win it. Nice step from Ioane Teba, trying to show off his speed, but this has been brilliant defense the whole game from South Africa. They have been not really budging one bit, except now starting to get a bit of momentum moving forward here for Fiji. Kabu using his power. Georgie Nasova still off the field for another 15 seconds. Felipe Saturanga gets in the field. That's a high tackle from Ronald Brown, and that's a yellow card too. Mistake made. He's not happy about it either, Ronald Brown. I think he was talking a little bit of trash there to the Fijian as he made his way from the field. It wasn't the Fijians' fault you decided to try and clothesline him. Oh, there tomorrow, okay then. See Sebastian. So yeah, they will also not be too bad in terms of timing. That's a beautiful offload to Ioane Teba, but they still can't get through. And South Africa, they pick up the loose ball. Brits just kicks it as far downfield as he physically can. Selvin Davids in a foot race, knock on from Fiji, and a penalty for playing the ball on the ground from Josefa Talatholo. Quick tap taken by South Africa. This has to be a try, but Ioane Teba, that's going to be an offside professional foul, and this is more than likely going to lead to a try for South Africa. He was retreating. It stopped a certain try. Thanks for the broadcast, Hamish. Watching my boy play under a TNA cricket and listening to you. What's your Six Nations predictions? I'll be honest. I do think it's going to be close, and I hope that it's going to be, 3 or 4 sides still with a shot of winning near the end. This is looking like Fiji are in a lot of trouble, though, Ioane Teba. This is a professional foul, so it is going to be more than likely a penalty try. Penalty try, 19-0 down for Fiji. And I think their tournament, in terms of a chance of getting a gold, is just about gone. I should mention that is also going to take away their chance of getting a bronze. It's not able to get that ball right, and that was all from a rough pass way down the field that cost the Fijians many metres. South Africa so far, they've just been there a little bit too strong, and they have hardly put a foot wrong their defence in this game. Honestly, if they defend like they have up against Fiji here for the rest of their games, they are going to do extremely well, and they could win. Off the subject, but 4 hostages safely released. I have no idea whereabouts in the world that is regarding, Sean, but I guess that's good. But yeah, I have no idea what that situation is. Blitzies play with great passion. This one in the bag, says Eric. And anyone but Ireland for the 3rd time on the trot, for goodness sake. And we have got there, are you doing the Six Nation Championships? We are. Although I will be away for the first week, but instead we will have Rugby Itch filling in for us for those first 3 games, so be sure to come say hi. I will also be popping into the chat every once in a while. Now Selvin Davids ready to take this kick. Now he doesn't have to rush this. He can actually take another 20 seconds. Now, I don't like this very much in terms of the fact that that shot clock has so much time on it. It's actually... like they've just said, with no conversion required, that should have just been the restart clock shut right down. It's going to work well for South Africa. Do you think they will win against S? Who's S? Who are we talking? Spain, maybe? Is that... it would be Amish on Baxy's Pancake Gamer. We'll love Scotland to win the Six Nations, but never going to happen. And how much time left? Still another 4.5 minutes remaining. Fiji only 10 metres out from their try line. Looking good for South Africa. Hi, Hamish says, Graham, welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing extremely well. Of course, just around the corner, if South Africa do win this game, we will find out from that fourth quarter final between France and Australia, who will be going on to face them. Loose ball slide tackle there from South Africa to get that ball back in their favour. Hamish, you a steak or chicken guy? I think both have their place, but like I probably have more chicken than steak, I would say. And Fuel, it's hot here. I need a nice cold beer, says Ruth. Now Ronald Brown, he will be able to make his way back out onto the field. Fiji still playing with 6. Their discipline has been something that has heavily let them down. And yeah, scoreboard pressure, like they've said, seems to be what is heard in the mirror. Who do you think is winning the France-Australia game? I do think that, like, Australia should, they've got the home field advantage, but I do think France have a really good shot as well. And we have there, Fiji got yellow card, says Eric. Now getting ready to feed this ball in. George's partner in crime on the chicken runs, says Sebastian. Yeah, although if you go on a chicken run with George, you don't get much chicken because that man has first dibs. Going back across to the right-hand side. If you want to see us cook steaks, though, be sure to check out the entertainment channel. It did not go well. That one is now going to be another penalty going the way of South Africa. If I stayed in New Zealand, I would be a lamb guy, says Brian. And Bivesa just has that advantage in the breakdown, locks himself over the ball. And like I said earlier on, Fiji, their discipline has just completely butchered them in this game. So I believe they will face the loser of Australia versus France. South Africa have lost 5 straight Cup quarterfinals and 8 of their last 9. Okay, I was confused for a second, but Ricky Swannell has just confirmed there were no quarterfinals in the last match. Or in the last leg. The Cape Town Sevens, it was a shortened format, which helped quite a bit. And I just finished work to see this disgrace on the work car park, says Simran. I hope you talked about Fiji's performance and not myself. I think you are, though, in terms of the Fijian side not quite doing what everyone wanted to see. And that was be competitive in this game. Currently only 3 minutes remaining. Never underestimate Fiji, says Samuel. Now Ricardo James Duarte. He's made his way onto the field. Same with Ryan Osterhuizen. Same with Saviwe Suez-Wapi. 3 subs. All touching the ball in quick succession. How long till the second half? The second half has started. And the penalty goes to South Africa yet again. Ooh. Almost a little bit of a fight there almost took place. Here's Fiji's performance. You're very nice to look at, says Zimran. And Canadian police eating donuts at 5:30 a.m. To be fair, if I had access to donuts at 5:30 a.m, I would eat them too. I didn't recently, this was New Year's, I found that they started selling donut, like, balls, or they weren't balls, but they were different, but they were quite nice, but that was about 3 hours away, so there's no more of those. Hi, Ruth, hope you're well. Yes, working hospitality. How long until the final whistle? 2 minutes remaining in this contest, although it is looking pretty one-sided at the moment. But the next match will be taking place in 3 minutes' time. That is France versus Australia, and that will help determine who South Africa will be playing in their next match. That ball's going to be kicked away by Fiji again, giving away the penalty. This ref has really not let them away with absolutely anything in this contest. Every time they've tried to sneak something, the ref says, "No, I saw you." And it's going to be another scrum for South Africa, and they are feeling confident now. They will be able to go through to the semi-finals. Go the Blitzboks, Muck Bravitz. Oh no, I couldn't read the rest of it, unfortunately. Sign disappeared. Can we get Australia in the semi-finals, please, says Zama. They are going to be playing very shortly, so maybe 25 minutes time we will know if they are making it through. It's an awkward bouncing ball, nicely taken there by Fiji, and once again, just the hustle from the South Africans. They get over the ball, but this time they give away the penalty from the Volthuman. 1 minute remaining. Can they at least get on the score sheet? 0 Fiji, not good. Is there any shot for Fiji? There really isn't, to be honest. Like 50 seconds remaining. South Africa have decided to start just infringing in every breakdown to slowly give away penalties. Saviwe Soyas-Wapi getting sent back by the referee, telling him to calm down. There's frustration on both parts for these two teams. And sorry for the proud Fiji guys. Says Johan there. Okay, any more pushing in the face they will deal with. There's Nick Hogan. Airbag stuff here. A little bit of push and shove, yeah, but at the end of the day, like one of the sides have a lot more backing them, and that is the scoreboard. At the end of the day, 19 points to none at the moment. Not sitting great here for the Fijians, who are still trying to their credit, but they've just been swarmed and honestly drowned by this. Okay, now Ryan Oosthuizen trying to get involved. I think both of these sides, there's just that little bit of a feeling of they don't like each other. Was your cricket called off? It was not, no. It was raining the whole way there on the drive, and then it was sunny. So I got sunburnt, I think, unfortunately. When we first got out on the field, the sun was not out. And then when we left it, I turned red. And another penalty goes the way of the South Africans. Oosthuizen shouting in the face of the Fijians. Impivisa doing the same. They are well and truly hyped up. The question is, can they turn all this emotion into a title? No attack from Fiji. They can't get going. That ball's going to be kicked into touch. I'd like to think there'll be handshakes at the end of this game, but it is very hard to tell. Seems like it's been played with pretty bad blood between the two sides. And 19 points to nil, the win for the South Africans. They just never look like losing it. Doing extremely well. Fiji not showing up for this quarter, so they will not have a chance of getting that gold, silver, or the bronze. But now the next game is going to be France versus Australia, and we will get to see exactly who will be playing the South Africans in the next match. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you all for the next one.